What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are. Monday night mic'd up. Give it up. And I'm joined by two of the greatest right with me. Today we have our guy DB is in the house, and we have Football Junkie. Give it up for these content creators. Give it up. DB, how you doing, brother?
Man, it's all good, man. One day,
all right,
guys, but I'm back for another round. Good to see you guys, man.
Hey, good to see you as well, man. It was good to see how you back on the scene, man. We definitely love to hear what you got to say about our Cowboys on this last week game. Football Junkie, how are you, brother?
Oh shoot, I'm doing fabulous, man. No complaints, no gripes, no grubs.
Now be honest, brother. You're doing fabulous. Be honest.
Man, if I said what I wanted to say, they think I need to be in a white room with a vest on and me running up against the wall, crawling up the wall, upside down, flipping around, you know.
Hey, I already know, man. I already know. Ooh, man, let's get into it, man. We're gonna hold these folks on. We're gonna just kind of do the little barbershop talk like we always do, and we're gonna give our take on the Cowboys. So the final score. Let's get into it. Let me bring up the chart real quick, guys, so we can all check it out. 44-24. Cowboys lose, Cowboys lose, Cowboys lose. They lose. And 20-point beat down. 20-point deep beat down. And we can see right now, Dak was 19 of 31 for 188 yards, average 6.1 yards, 2 interceptions. With a QBR of 65.2. And let's keep it going real quick. We got Javonte Williams, 13 for 41 yards. Jadon Blue, 8 for 29 yards. Let's get into the receiving. George Pickens had 7 for 78. Then we had CeeDee Lamb for 7 and 74. That was pretty balanced. Jalen Tolbert had 2 for 47, and Luke Schoonmaker had 2 for 25. And yeah, we'll go on and further. So, guys, here we are. Let's go over to the opposite side. I know we can't do one side without the other. So let's look at the Broncos and see exactly how bad the damages was. So Bo Nix was 19 of 29, 247 yards, 4 TDs. J.K. Dobbins was 15 for 111. 15 for 111. R.J. Harvey was 7 for 46. His long was 40 yards. Okay. So with that being said, guys, let's chop it up a little bit. So personally, man, I said what I said on What's Up Wednesday. And I just felt the need, and I felt it in our bones that we just wasn't going to pick this game up as stated on Wednesday night. But I don't want you guys to understand and know that this is the 8th straight loss versus Denver. So, DB, give us your assessment of the game and what you saw. And before we do that, before we get in there, hold that thought, DB, because I got audio. I want you guys to hear what Ron Schottenheimer had to say. So let's hear this audio first, and then we'll go off for this. Now, this is the question he was asked. So, is there a need for a change, or how do you bounce back from this type of loss? And this is what he has to say. Let's get into it real quick.
Yesterday, Calvin, and, we didn't really give ourselves the best chance to win. You can't have 12 penalties and 7 pre-snap penalties and in critical situations where you're on the 1-yard line or you get off the field on defense on 3rd down, and then there's a offsides penalty, and then they convert, and 2 plays later they're in the end zone. So I would start with the people, and I'll always start with the people, and that's the coaches as well. Good meetings this morning with the coaches, pointed out the issues. Watched it. We took our accountability for the things that we could have done better in that game, and there was certainly a lot of those. And
well, let me get this. It always does that. I don't want to get flagged for that. But we'll just stop it right there. So for what you heard, DB, give us your assessment, brother. And how bad was the damage?
Two things stand out. Number one, of course, we didn't play our best. That was that's what really stood out about this particular game was the stats, and you brought up some of the stats that followed this game. The stats really didn't tell the whole story.
You sure ain't lying.
The stats were nowhere indicative of what really happened on the football field. We'll just start with that. Denver was able to do whatever they wanted to, whenever they wanted to do it. Whether it was run, whether it was pass, just nothing that we could do to not stop them, but even slow down. And of course, some of the dumb penalties that we had, that was ridiculous. But when you say the stats don't tell the whole story, this is a prime example of a game where the stats just don't even tell you how bad of an ass whooping, for lack of a better term, this really was.
Yeah.
And Shotty talking about this accountability talks, it starts with the people. It sounds good. At this particular junction of the season, if we're not talking about demotions in terms of players and firing in terms of coordinator on the defensive side of the football, there's really nothing else you can really even go into an explanation about or try to explain. What's going on defense? Again, fellas, we're not even close on defense. We're nowhere near even close. We got receivers running wide open, middle of the field, multiple times. I mean, multiple times. I mean, this is like week 2. This is what
Oh,
defense has looked like since the beginning of the season. So the talk of well, we're holding accountable and people in the bill. No, at this point, this is historically bad.
yeah.
There's no going into uh, what we can do as far in terms of adjustments. There has to be just all accountability at this junction. We're talking mid season basically, and we got the receivers wide open. I mean, 8, 10 yards from defenders, and it's not just scheme. At this point, we can't even do the vanilla things right.
Mm.
I mean, the preseason type things that you work on, some of the fundamentals, some of the concepts, we're not able to even do that. So defensively, it's same old same. Nothing has improved. And I thought I was looking at John Elway. It was it Bo Nix? Was it Terrell Davis? Uh,
Yeah.
John Elway.
The
It was.
uniforms kind of took you back there, didn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, that
if
was
you
throwback activity.
if you didn't know, you'd have thought that was Terrell Davis and John Elway playing. But what really, really hurt, what really, really, you know, brings it all, brings it just to a head is when, for, for one game, the offense can't carry us. And Dak was a mediocre quarterback. Receivers were dropping balls. The run game was an absolute mess yesterday for whatever reason. And we can get more into detail of that later on. But this is what it looks like when the defense plays its worst and the offense also plays at a level where, hey man, you're not special every week.
Say, hey,
And
hey,
and
Davis. I don't mean to cut you
it's
off, but you say when the defense play is worse. Shit. play their best.
Well,
Mm,
it
mm-mm.
I can't imagine a defense getting any worse than that. And again, I've said it, man. This is historically, not by Cowboy franchise historic. I'm talking
Man, look,
about league wide historically bad.
Yeah.
And, and I mean, I'm truly at a loss for words. I
you
mean,
supposed
what do you say to a fan that's looking for some sort of hope, some glimpse of, and this has 8-1 written all over it at very best, man. At
you know what you
best.
tell 'em? It's always next season.
Well, and at this point, bro, for 40 years I've been rooting for this team, and we've had some really good years, and we know about the last 30. What really bothers me is you having a quarterback play at an MVP level, and you're not you're not responding to it. You're
Mm-mm.
not responding to that. And we've seen this act with Tony Romo at the height of his career when he and you can say what you want about Tony. Tony was one of the the most competitive cowboy quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But when you didn't get him help, when you waited as a general manager to finally get him some adequate help, adequate defense, offensive line, then it was too late. And you're seeing this exact same thing with Dak at the height of his career,
Yeah.
having an MVP season, and it sucks as a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I know
It really,
that I know as a fan, this sucks, bro.
yeah, this is bad. This is bad right now where we are. We are giving up 31.7 points per game, man. And at the stats, doing research with over the stats, we are looking worse than the 2020 season under Mike Nolan. Wait a minute. What? That's where we are.
Easily, easily.
So yeah, I totally agree with you saying, DB. Like I said, I appreciate that take on that because I mean, dude, like I said, we're fans first, man. We're gonna, like I said, this is
We
straight
are.
barbershop talk,
This
and
is
we're gonna speak
barbershop,
straight
man.
as a fan first. We're unapologetic about everything that we anything that we say, and it's straight barbershop talk. So with that being said, football junkie, you want to chime in and fill us in on what you observed on yesterday and what was our biggest downfall and how do we fix this? Or is there any fixing to this Cowboy team?
Man, you remember that movie called North Dallas 40s?
Yeah,
The mean green football machine, how they used to go out there and get they tail just slaughtered every week, every
yeah,
Saturday when they went out there and played. That's what the Cowboys look like defensively, like them folks right there. That defense is just it's nothing really much to be said about the defense. Everybody know the score, know the weather about this defense from Pop one of the pros know that hey, if we beat the Cowboys, all we gotta do is get that offense off the field a few times and just stay ahead of them. That's
yeah,
all you gotta do. Stay ahead of them. Get that offense off the field. Make sure you go ahead and cash in some points and stay ahead of them. As long as you keep them in a compromising position, shoot, you already see what's his name can't even think too much. Shotty,
Foot-
he can't. Shotty really can't think, man.
football junkie. We were just celebrating last week with this defense play. What happened?
Who me
We
celebrate?
were just celebrating last Sunday on how great this
But
defense
remember what I
plays. So
told
what
you.
happened from one week? What we're gonna say 6 days, 7 days at the most. What happened? How did we not?
Like,
How do we go from being on top to back to the bottom?
man, look, like I said when we was talking about Mike up Monday last week after the Washington game, the Washington Commanders did not have Noah Brown, Debo Samuels, or They
Scary,
main
scary Terry.
scary Terry. They did not have those guys. Phil said,
Yeah.
Phil said, you make it sound like Debo Samuels is not normal. And I tell him he's not normal. That dude is not normal. He's not. I mean,
Damn.
dudes like Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, guys in that stratosphere, those dudes are not normal, man. You just can't. You have to manage those dudes throughout the game. Even though you might can't cover them completely, you got to manage these guys throughout the game. And for as like yesterday with Sartain, when Patrick Sartain went out, how was the Cowboys DB wide receivers still getting covered? They was juggling Sartain from Dez, from CD Lamb to God dog.
Pickens.
The man was being juggled from receiver to receiver.
Yeah.
And then basically just slowly put him on George and let them do the double coverage. They cooked up a game plan for this Cowboys offense.
But
Well,
the
I think what it was, they double teamed CD and they left
Yeah.
Pickens one on one. But again, that still should have been some adjustment. But here's the question, guys. I mean, again, if when you have your head coach slash offensive coordinator with his nose in the playbook, who's there to make adjustments? Who's there to manage the game of football, junk? And that questions to you.
Man, this dude, like I said, this dude, it's obviously he can't think because he's been on the sideline twiddling his thumbs, doing whatever he does for the last 25 years, and he finally get a head coaching job. And then you look over here where at the Miami Dolphins, you look over here with the 49ers, you look over with Green Bay, you look over there with the Rams, and these guys are guys that pretty much grew up in the league together as young as little boys or young men meeting up and all of a sudden coming up into the ranks of head coach before this guy does. And but we still, even besides the Miami Dolphins, we look at the other teams when like 49ers, Green Bay, Rams, and so forth and so on. One, they are all producing and being productive teams. Uh, we really don't too much see those coaches with they head in the playbook. San Francisco coach does it. Green Bay coach does it.
Well,
Miami coach does it.
Sean Payton was doing it.
Sean Payton does it. That's what I'm just saying. He can't think, man. He can't he's not able he's not that savvy of a multitasker, and his brain is not that big of an orchestrated coach to be able to do some stuff like that. He don't have no big brain mentality, man.
Well,
No,
I don't
he
know,
don't have a
man.
big brain.
I, I
He's been doing a pretty good job though, football. I'm not putting a whole blame because I'm gonna say this, man. 17 points is enough to win, and that's what we had for the longest till the fourth quarter. 17. You just can't give up 44 points. You just can't give up. You can win 17-16. I'll take that. And we know Dak is going to have some bad games. I mean, we were supposed to have been seeing a number one defense against a very good defense, offense versus a very good defense. But we know that Dak's going to have some bad games, and this is one that I thought we needed the defense football junk. I don't know, so
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
did it.
I would put a lot on the offense. They didn't do well, but I don't know. So you're not giving them a pass?
I'm not gonna give him a pass first of all, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw it up in the air. I'm gonna let it fall how it gonna lay. Uh, This is still, like I said weeks ago, this is on Jerry Jones because he hired this man. He hired this defensive coordinator. What can your head coach do? It ain't up to him to fire the dude. It's up to Jerry to fire this dude.
and you that's what I'm getting at. I think Shotty, do I is he Sean McVay? Is he a Kyle Shanahan? I'm not giving him that. I do think he's competent. And I also believe that he has the pulse of the locker room. I think players actually, you know, they look to him. They see him as somebody that says, "Hey, he does have an identity. He knows what he wants. He knows what he expects from the team. So, I, I'm not gonna kill Shotty and him taking on his dual role this particular season. It's gonna be some ups and downs, and I think for the most part, he's held his own. Now, at times he's gotten a little too cute. He's overthought a few things, especially third down. Uh, some of the things that I would question. But it defensively, whoever, and I know it's Jerry Jones. I say whoever. Jerry, you're responsible for this, and you're seeing this. And at this point, there's nothing you can sell us hope on. Week in, week out, we're not just seeing bad defense. We're seeing blown assignments, blown
Ooh.
cover. I mean, the
Yeah.
secondary is completely confused. You know, you the zone, the balance between zone and man. But this entire scheme and what he's trying to relate to the players is not getting over. And there were a
Yeah.
couple of plays I looked at, Football Junkie. I myself in this Tampa 2, everybody is standing still.
Yeah.
Defense. It
It's
kills
old.
me.
It's
It,
outdated.
I'm
It's
saying,
outdated.
I'm saying, if you're gonna kill me, if you're gonna slice and dice me, I'm gonna at least send blitzes. I'm gonna disguise some things, but you're not gonna keep having the wide open quarterback sitting back there patting the football, and I'm gonna at least send more defenders than you can block. And if you
Yeah.
skin me up, if you skin me up, skin me up.
Yeah.
But trying to scheme this and make it, it's just you're not attacking at all.
No, you're not. You're
You're not
you're reacting. You're
pressure.
reacting.
Yes, and
That's exactly what you're doing. You're reacting.
and what I'm seeing is a defense
Fight,
that's
fight or
it,
flight syndrome. That's what we're seeing.
yes, it's beyond vanilla. And as strange as it is, players aren't getting the concept. And this is what blows my mind. As vanilla as a defense can get, he's actually doing it, but they're still getting lost in concepts of what he's trying to get them to do. And at this junction, if you can't by halfway, midway through in the season, you're not going to sell me hope. This
Yeah.
is not a playoff team.
No.
And and barbershop talking, we just being real. To Cowboy fan, you're not a playoff team. And unless you do something drastically different, I, I'm talking about rid of this coordinator. And I'm not saying we know the solution after that, but accountability is everything. And if you don't at least attempt to do something, if you're gonna sit back in your oval office upstairs and just watch this, and then try to sell us some hope, Jerry, I,
We've been around
eh,
too long.
we've been around too long. We I know. No, we're not coaches. Not we're not on the sideline. But you're not
But we're
going to sell us
fans.
hope. This
Man,
is historically, and I
Yeah.
mean league wide bad, terrible. So unless moves are made, and I mean going in making some real moves with player acquisition, which they always say is a 365 day a year job. C. Jones, that's one of his favorite phrases.
Yeah.
But you got to get in some real help. But more importantly, you got to trash the scheme and
Damn.
get in somebody that has a pulse, feel for defense, and have them take over this and run it. Is that
Yeah.
is that personnel here in the building? I don't know,
so that
but
personnel
but
is gonna always be in the building, DB. It's always gonna be in the building. For one, because I don't mean to cut y'all. I apologize, but for one, don't nobody want to coach for Jerry Jones.
I mean I understand it. We understand the dynamics, football junkie. We're just saying, hey, don't sell us, don't try to sell us anything. And we're looking at
When
that
we see it,
when we see it, man. It's one thing to hoodwink us, but what
to
we're looking at,
bamboozle us.
yeah, bamboozle us, you know. But what this is historically, not Cowboy franchise historic bad, but I'm talking about football history bad.
Yeah,
I don't got
31
a friend,
years.
and
31
I
years.
next week let's come up with some sort of midseason stat on
Yeah,
where this defense ranks, so that we can give give our viewers uh,
yeah,
context about how bad, and they see it, but
yeah.
we
They see
need
it.
some real context. We need to come up with the numbers, facts of this, and really, you know, give the information that, hey man, this is, you can't even hoodwink us on this.
Yeah, and in this and you so and right now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not I haven't fact checked it, but I think we've given up over 250 yards. I mean 250 points already, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Is
tell
that
you
it?
right
And we're halfway through the season. And if I'm
now,
not mistaken, I'm gonna have to fact check that, but I think
we
that's where
done,
we are.
we done gave up exactly 250 points on the dot.
And we're at the halfway season. But let me chime in on this real quick. So I'm gonna say something and to kind of piggyback off what you said, DB. As far as the skies, there's no creativity to this defense, none whatsoever. Again,
At
instead of
all?
us being aggressive, we're proactive. I mean, we are
Yeah,
reactive. We
yes, sir.
sit back and we watch, and that's what hurts us the most is because there's no, and with this temper too, that's the problem. Um, this is the eighth straight loss to the Denver Broncos. Eight straight loss to the Denver Broncos. It says that we're tied longest versus any opponent in franchise history. We are tied. This is where we are with this team. And whatever it is, Sean Payton finessed the hell out of us. But let me say this here, too. This linebacker play,
Oh man.
garbage. No gap control. These guys don't know what zones. And see, when you don't, and when you trying to stop the run, and if these guys, we're talking about Kendricks, no, Kenny Murphy Jr., and we're talking about Chevelle James. Both of these guys.
Hello.
I understand. Chevelle, what is that? Shamar. What is his name? Damn, James.
Shamar
You know that,
James.
huh?
Shamar
James.
James.
Shamar James, I think that's what it is. And I know it's growing pains with him, but Kenneth Murphy Jr., these guys, when there is combo blocks and gap control, that means you got to fill that gap in order to stop that run. These guys are overrunning, these guys are out of position. You drop back in coverage, they're missing their players. It's this is
But
probably the most horrendous defense I've seen
well, it
since
only matches
watching the game.
the second. I
Say
mean,
that.
it only matches the secondary. I mean, there's a battle at this point of who's more confused about where they're supposed to be and how to defend what the offense is trying to do, man. Between the secondary and now the line doesn't help. There's absolutely no. I think they said it was the fourth quarter by the time somebody finally hit Bo Nix.
Yeah, well, it was too late. That was garbage time. That was garbage
Garbage.
But
time.
but the confusion on between the linebackers, them
All
missing
11, bro. All 11. And here's the
and
problem. When you cannot get pressure on the quarterback, here we are. Now we're talking about Max Crosby. We talk about, we knew we are going to might go out. No, you had, and I don't care what nobody say. People say, well, no, you had a pass rusher. And here we are back. Sam Williams, get him out of here. Dante Fowler, get him out of here. Again, this is where we
get
are.
them out.
If
Finally get him
you
out of
Get them
there.
out.
cannot if you cannot get pressure on this quarterback, you're going to make the back end look bad. And only way you can do that is you're going to have to disguise your defense, slide
That's
somebody
right.
up as a fake blitz or blitz them or something. But this guy, Eberflus, has really ruin an offense that's probably in the top five offense. This is going to be a season for naught, man, for Dak and CD and George Pickens and Jake Ferguson, simply because this defense cannot get off the field. And Basically, Sean Payton did whatever he wanted to do at will against this defense. And again, like I said, I put some blame on the offense. I do. But at the same time, damn it, I win with 17 points. I just can't give up 18 points. And if the defense can't keep our opponents under 17 points, well, now we're pressing. Now, what I did see, I saw Dak when we came out. Dak came, and this is where the management kind of got me. When Dak came out in the few possessions, first two possessions and so, he was under center. He was, handing off, doing play action, dropping the ball off, and it was working. Then, for whatever reason, we found ourselves into shotgun. And it's as if the defensive advance, he knew exactly what we were going to do and basically just ruin the whole offense for us. But again, like I said, and I know that the offense is going to have some bad games, but this is one that we actually needed our defense to step up, man. So again, man, here we are, points per game, against opponents. We're ranked 31st. Yards per game versus opponents, we're ranked 31st. Defense efficiency, we're dead last. So we got problems. And he talking about accountability. Well, let's see the accountability. We need to see the accountability, but something has to give on this defense, football junkie. But this is just it's a debacle. What we're seeing,
Man,
and it's bad. It's bad. So this is where we are, man. Um, we got a game on next week. The Cardinals on Monday night, so they got time to get it together. So
man, I'm looking at the remainder of the schedule. I only see two teams the Cowboys can likely beat the remainder of the season.
which teams are those? Okay,
Cardinals and the Raiders.
that's it.
I don't even think they'll beat the Giants the last game of the season.
If they don't get this defense together, man, it's going to be a long season. I mean, it's already a wrap. We're not going to make the playoff, and there's no
Because
reason to go out. There's no reason to go out and try to make a trade. There's no reason to go out to go bring something. I keep saying all these 1 year independent contractors. Your Dante Fowlers, your Kenneth Murphy Jr., your Kyer Elam. You got all these rookies. Let those rookies play. That's going to be here 4 years. By the time they play, they're on their third year. So now, guess what? You drafting again. This shit is so jacked up, man. It don't make any sense, bro. It just don't make any sense at all. So, but anyway, that's my take, brother. We're not gonna keep these folks on here all night, but yeah, I think we just want to get on here and kind of voice our opinion. Again, like I said, we're fans first, and then we report the news second. So, what's your
they need a
final
spill.
words?
They need a spill kit for this defense, man.
Say that again.
We need a medical spill kit for this defense, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
defense is
wound. Yeah,
hazardous material, man.
yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
Biohazardous material.
Yeah. So Schottenheimer said that they're holding up the people accountable. There's subject to be some changes. Well, let's see what those changes are, man. I don't know, bro. It's just, man, 31 years, fam. 30 point 31
Say,
years.
man, might break out the white flag.
You might as well, bro. It ain't no
They
sense
might
in making no trades. There's no sense to go pick up nobody else. Play the damn season out and get you some damn good picks. That's all I can say.
after the boys play. They go after the boys play the Cardinals. They're going to buy. All
Yeah.
right. Then they play the Raiders in Las Vegas. And they got the Eagles at home. And they got the Chiefs at home again for Thanksgiving. Then they go to Detroit. You got the Chiefs, Detroit, the Vikings, Chargers, all back to back to back.
But this is the thing, though. I think the offense is good enough. The offense is good enough to win these games. It's this damn defense. This
Yeah,
defense is
I think
you.
it
I
is.
mean, dude, it's like you knowing somebody's breaking into your house, but you see them, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let them take what. No, you have to deal with the issue at hand.
Deal with the issue at hand.
And it's just, and I understand, but it's the politics and what's going on. And it's been politics for 31 damn years since we've seen a Super Bowl to where this is where we are. We're gonna
I
play the
would.
politics game. That's what's gonna keep us right where we are today.
I wish we could trade our defense and staff to the Cleveland Browns for their defense and their staff
Yeah.
a Super Bowl team.
Well, Cleveland's going. They're having some hardship too, man. And that's a whole different story. But I see what you're saying, though. I know you see exactly what you're saying. But dude, this is where we are, man. And again, it's sad, see Dak having such a great year and his offense doing such a good job, and we failed to address the elephant in the room, and that is this damn defense and the lack of knowledge and the lack of accountability and the lack of knowing how to run the damn defense. So anyway, guys, do me a favor before we get out of here. Hit the like button. Make sure you share this video. Also, if you're not subscribed to this channel, listen, it doesn't cost you anything just to hit the subscribe button. Again, we don't report anything for clickbait. What we do, we report things as fans. And it's probably the same things you guys are talking about. This is what we're talking about. But again, thank you guys for being a part of this Cowboy Huddle podcast. Again, like I always say, without you guys, there's nothing. This is totally impossible. So thank you. Football Junkie, what else you got before we get on out of here? You got anything else?
Man, on the long bright spot I got to say, see, coming on for us is basically when Revel gets back in healthy and Overshawn gets healthy. Just be able to see some pieces that are different pieces that we haven't seen this season, see what kind of spark they could
Yeah.
possibly create.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I mean, it's this is Tombsday, not Doomsday, but Tombsday
Yeah.
defense.
That's where we are. That's where we are, brother. So true. So true. So, yeah, you heard it first. You heard it first. Football Jug, I sure appreciate you coming on again on Monday Night Mike.
Oh,
Big shout out to DB as well for coming in and sharing his thoughts about this Cowboys team. But do me a favor, y'all leave us y'all thoughts down in the comments and tell us what you guys think and how do we fix this debacle that we got going on. So, with that being said, like I always say, continue to be safe, continue to be blessed, and whatever you do, always continue to be kind. We need more kindness. So, thank you and be blessed. Deuce.